about angels, consent, imposters, and discernment. First, let's start off with what angels really are, and specifically, what are archangels? Archangels did not originate within Abrahamic religions, but long predate them as vast cosmic intelligences that govern principles rather than act as individual beings. Long before scripture or organized worship, they were known as stellar and planetary intelligences, elemental overseers, and living laws of reality perceived as light, fire geometry, crystal geometry, or voices. What later religions named Michael, Raphael, or Gabriel were already recognized across many cultures and early philosophical traditions as functional consciousness streams responsible for protection, restoration, communication, and balance. The Abrahamic systems did not create these intelligences, but translated them, giving them names, forms, and narratives that could be understood by the human mind. They were depicted as human-like messengers because raw cosmic intelligence is overwhelming and requires symbolic language to be integrated into culture. Wings, swords, trumpets, and hierarchies were metaphors for dimensional movement, discernment, activation, and order, not literal traits or obedience roles. Over time, religion framed them as servants of authority rather than neutral expressions of universal order. Yet their functions remained unchanged across cultures under many names. Archangels still respond to humans not through belief or worship, but through resonance, clarity, and consent, because humans are bridge beings capable of anchoring vast intelligence into form and choice. And these intelligences meet us not above, but beside us as parallel expressions of the same source. Consent, angels, imposters, and discernment. Across many spiritual traditions, there is a shared idea that angels and higher dimensional beings require human consent in order to help. Within the metaphysical framework of incarnated consciousness, this idea holds truth, but not for the reasons it is often explained. Consent is not required because higher beings lack power. It is required because sovereign choice is the organizing principle of incarnation. When a soul enters a human body, it steps into density, polarity, and self-determination. Free will is not a moral rule imposed from above. It is a structural boundary that defines how influence moves between dimensions without destabilizing the learning field of human experience. The human system operates as a closed environment with internal authority. Guides, angels, and other intelligences exist outside that system. They can observe, impress, nudge, and arrange probabilities. But direct intervention alters the trajectory of lived experience. That level of interaction requires alignment with the will of the incarnated consciousness. Consent is not paperwork. It is resonance. When consent is given consciously, the nervous system and subconscious stop treating assistance as foreign. Support integrates rather than overrides. Responsibility remains with the individual rather than being displaced onto an external force. Growth that bypasses choice does not stabilize and usually collapses later. There are moments when help seems to arrive without being asked. These usually occur in situations involving pre-incarnational agreements, protection of children, preservation of life, or stabilization of a timeline before irreversible damage occurs. In such cases, consent was already embedded at a deeper level, or the intervention does not alter free will, only preserves its possibility. Angelic intelligences are often particularly strict about consent because they operate close to structural balance. Other forms of consciousness may interact more freely, but benevolent forces still respect core sovereignty. The deeper reason for this restraint is simple. If guidance constantly intervened without permission, humanity would never develop discernment, inner authority, or self-trust. The universe does not seek obedient souls. It seeks sovereign ones in the astral and imaginal realms where dreams, trance, meditation, and emotion overlap. Form is fluid. Appearance follows expectation rather than essence. This is why impersonation is possible. Light wings and familiar religious imagery are easy to generate. Consistency, restraint, and respect for autonomy are far harder to imitate. Some beings impersonate angels because angelic symbolism carries immediate authority in the human psyche. By adopting that form, discernment is bypassed and engagement becomes effortless. Others do so because it is energetically efficient to receive attention, emotion, or consent when appearing as something trusted. Some exploit misunderstanding around free will by misrepresenting themselves in order to obtain indirect permission. In many cases, what appears is not even a discrete being, but a thought form created from collective belief, longing, fear, or unmet needs that has gained coherence. These encounters rarely feel threatening at first. They often feel flattering, urgent, emotionally charged, or grandiose. They may frame the experiencer as uniquely chosen, discourage questioning, or imply exclusivity. True angelic aligned intelligences do not hook into ego or fear. They do not rush, inflate identity, demand secrecy, request worship, or erode discernment. Their presence strengthens inner authority even when the guidance itself is challenging. The most reliable filters are simple and embodied. When sovereignty is affirmed internally, aligned presences remain stable while imposters fade or distort. True guidance is consistent over time rather than intense and fleeting. It empowers judgment rather than replacing it. The body remains calm, grounded, and clear rather than dissociated, buzzy, or intoxicating. The safest protection is not elaborate shielding, but clarity, embodiment, and refusal to outsource authority. Not every soul resonates with every mode of intelligence. Some consciousnesses operate through law and structure, others through instinct and embodiment, others through synthesis and translation. If something claims holiness yet diminishes clarity or violates inner knowing, trust the signal. True guidance never requires you to betray yourself.